Assalamualaikum and very good morning
Morning.
to everyone watching this discussion meeting. Today our topic will be about ASEAN management in dealing with Haze issue. So with me, I'm not alone. With me, I'm with lecturer of UNIMAS, which is Dr. Nesarajan. Hello,
Yeah. Hello.
how are you
Hello.
doing?
Yes, I'm good. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm very good. Thank you very much. So, Dr. Nessa, we not the only one here. So, actually, after this, we have a different panel that unfortunately she cannot attend this kind of meeting.
Yeah.
So, I think we can move to her, which is Dr. Wong. She is ASEAN representative on his issue. So can we go to the video?
Okay, so right now I will talk about the ASEAN Haze in 2019. Indonesia saw massive forest fires and haze during the periods of July until October 2019. So the key drivers of the fires is cleaning and draining of the forest for the industrial plantations. And this affected the nations to create the ASEAN Agreements on Transboundary Haze Pollutions, which known as AATHP. This agreement was signed by all of the ASEAN member states in June of 2002. Singapore was hit by the haze, resulting in AQIs of the reading over 150, which is very unhealthy for everyone. So, what is the way to protect yourself from the haze? First, we can wear masks. Second, we can stay indoor. Third, we can avoid outdoor activities. So, stay safe and healthy for yourself and for your family.
Thank you, Dr. Wong, for your fruitful information about the background of ASEAN in dealing with his issue.
Yes.
Okay, for the beginning of uh, the challenges, I
Yes.
think we need to start first with the problem. I think the first problem that ASEAN deal right now is the consensus-based decision making, because because this issue is very need consensus. Very need all of the parties need to join together and form agreement in order to deal with this kind of issue. ASEAN agreement, transboundary haze pollution, was good enough in shutting down this kind of environment issue, but it been disturbed by this principle which are irrelevant with this haze problem. And this problem is not just one time problem, it's already been forever. For the second one is the ASEAN non-interference policy, which is ASEAN non-interference policy. The meaning is we cannot intervene. The member state cannot intervene of other country in solving their internal affair, the internal conflict. Like for example, I give you example. In Indonesia, they have open burning, which is led to haze pollution, but we
Yes.
cannot intervene their problem because they already been internal conflict about their environmental issue. For the theory one, as I know that Dr. Nessa, you is under international relation, right?
Yes.
So, can you explain a bit about the theory about this case?
Okay. Thank you, Shahir, for your information on challenges. So we move on to the international relation theory, which I can pick is liberalism. Liberalism. So why liberalism? Okay, I want to explain a little bit on the history of liberalism. So one of the famous philosopher is John Locke, where he also credited the creating of liberalism as a distinct philosophy based on social construct, arguing that every man has a natural rights to live, liberty, and wealth. Okay, so another reason why I pick liberalism is that every liberalist agree that foreign bodies play as a crucial role in bilateral or multilateral cooperation. How the illegal burns, especially on agriculture and farmers, happen. So I believe that all the technologies that they have was the transfer or exchanges technologies from other states, for example from Singapore, Malaysia, or Thailand. So as you can see here, that's the cooperation of among their nation to exchange technologies, equipments, skilled workers, and others. So the more their cooperation, the more probably negative effects, which is more slash and burn methods happening in Indonesia. For the concept of international relation, I pick environmental security. Although the word environmental security was exited since at least 1980s, its popularity in academic or political circles grew dramatically following the United Nations Development Programme's 1994 Human Development Report, which introduced the general recognized principles of human health. Okay, so the transboundary haze emissions, such as what are currently affected all the nations in ASEAN, especially Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, Singapore, and others. So many forests has been cut off and burned, makes the region in dark because of the smoke and the dangerous chemical that release in the air. It's really dangerous for the human health also. That's why environmental security is related to human security.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Reza, for explaining about the conceptual framework. I think we can move on to the solution and the suggestion.
Yes.
Okay. The first solution that we think that is the best way for ASEAN in dealing with his problem, which is the first one, is they need to planning on better agreement doctrine, which is by locating the core of the problem of disagreement, which is the AATHP. ASEAN need to step forward and modification of various aspects in the agreement, such as a vision, objective, and essences of the whole knowledge for combating his problem issue. I think did you have anything to add up for the solution, Dr.
Okay.
Nessa?
For the solution, I will talk the same thing, the same theory we follow, liberalism. We want all the states in ASEAN collab each other through multilateral or bilateral cooperation to fight with the haze pollution. Okay. As you can see, some efforts which is monitoring, preventing, and mitigating transboundary haze pollution resulting from the land and forest fire, guided by the ASEAN Agreement on Transboundary Haze Pollution. Okay, the agreement is one of the key of liberalization of all the states in ASEAN. I hope that all nations in ASEAN will cooperate each other to fight or get rid of haze pollution. That's all from me, Shahid.
Okay, I think this brings the discussion to the end. But before we end this meeting or this discussion, can you conclude a little bit about this whole incident, this whole issue that ASEAN is still facing? Can you did you have any conclusion and hopes?
Okay, in my opinion, I know every nation will focus on their economy to gain their economy, to gain their GDP, and it's not one of the solution is not to slash and burn methods, because although they gain economy, but they forget the fourth pillar, which is the environmental pillar. Hopefully, all nations will get wealthier, and at the same time, will be preserve their natural resources and their forests. That's all from me.
All right. I think that's all. We wrap up this meeting and discussion. Thank you, Dr. Nessa, for joining me
Thank you,
in
Shahid.
this discussion. Thank you, you guys, for watching this meeting. I
Yes.
think if you have any question, you can leave on the media
Comment.
social. You can comment below. So we need to preserve our environmental because this is where we belong. I think
Yes.
that's all for us. Thank you very much.
Thank you
Bye
very
bye.
much.